Bawi Grana Weep Ninibong. Welcome back to the channel, Justin Network, and boy do we have something fun for you today. We have the official Hasbro Transformers Legacy Skullgrin, Decepticon Skullgrin. I am beyond excited about this one, guys. He is a Decepticon Pretender from Transformers Super God Masterforce, which was the Japanese expansion on G1 Cartoon.
So, it's like
Transformers.
It's better than
Transformers.
it's from Japan!
Skullgrin, or they call him in Japan Dauros, is a Decepticon Pretender. So that basically means that he takes the form of an organic life form to help better disguise himself. And Dauros was kind of the big, dumb, tough guy out of the Decepticon Pretenders. He wanted to be leader, but Bombburst was really their leader, but he kind of thought he was the leader. I would like to take a second here while we're looking at the box a little more to just really hype up Transformers Super God Masterforce. That show is beyond underrated. It is so good. I mean, it's basically a Transformers anime,
It's from Japan!
which just sounds super awesome anyways, and then you watch it and you're like, dang, I'll go ahead and say it, it might be the best Transformers cartoon ever.
No, man. I believe you get your kick saying something like that, man.
Not the English dub though. The English dub is terrible. You've got to watch the Japanese sub. I'm not a reader, so I understand how hard it is to watch sub, but once you get in there, you start doing it, it's not that bad, guys. I would push all of you all to give Transformers Super God Masterforce a chance. So here's Skullgrin. I will go ahead and give you a heads up. Out of all the characters on Transformers Super God Masterforce, Dauros here is one of the only ones that I actually call by his English name more than his Japanese name, which is Skullgrin. I usually do say Skullgrin over Dauros, and it's because I got Dauros before I watched the show, just because I thought he was cool. I got him off of eBay, and I needed to get one more something to get free shipping from a seller. So I was like, this guy looks super cool. Don't know nothing about him, but he looks super cool. So I went ahead and grabbed Mr. Skullgrin here. So if you hear me call him Dauros, Skullgrin, whichever, you know who he is. But let's look at this guy. The coloring is insane. It looks so good. That deep purpley violet little Decepticon symbol there. His white pink in the eyes. This looks so good color-wise. Magnificent. Based on color alone, I'm loving it. And I want to thank Hasbro for the Legacy line for giving us some figures from this show and these random shows like Mr. Skullgrin here. We got Metal Hawk, we got Minerva, we got Bombburst. I'm so excited, guys, about all these figures we're getting from this show. Give us a new Jinrai, please. That would be awesome. Thank you, Hasbro. Please. But let's break down Skullgrin here. So he does come with this backpack that comes on and off. He also comes with these two weapons. They're blasters and swords. They're really rubbery. I don't like how rubbery they are. I wish they were solid plastic. But as you can see, there's two different ways to handle them. Each one has the two different handles, so you can hold them as a blade or as a blaster here. For storage purposes, you can plug them right here on his shoulder so they can sit like that. I don't love that look. It makes him look super wide in my opinion, too wide for as tall as he is, but that is an option. Another fun thing you can do, off his backpack, they unplug these two blasters and they can go into his hands. You could also put them here on his shoulders and put these in the hands. He's got a lot of different options with accessories. That's going to be great for his rankings later in the video. I'm loving that. Out of every one we've opened on this channel, I think this is probably going to be the best accessories that we've been given. I would say kind of hands down probably. Let's see if these will fit on his backpack here. They certainly will. So you could always put those blade blasters See how they're so wiggly and rubbery? I don't love it, like I said, but you could always put those there. That gives him a cool menacing look. Not super cartoon accurate, but it looks pretty good in my opinion. If you wanted to do that and just have him holding the two blasters. I mean, that's pretty tough looking, I can't lie. But I will most of the time most likely keep him with those on the back there. I think he looks a little bare without them. But let's go ahead and start looking at some articulation here. So these horns right here do that. I don't know if that's helpful for you to whatsoever, but they are there. His head does some crazy turn in 360, as you can see. He's got a lot of movement here. His arms do only go out that far, so no T-posing. That's actually really inhibited. I guess it's part of the shoulder joint, the way it's working in there. Okay, just kidding. It will go out there just tight. He's got bend right there in his elbows. It's gonna let him go that far up. His arms will spin all the way around. He has a spin in his waist. You do have to move the backpack to go all the way around, but he does have that there. Oh, as you can see, the backpack will do spinning as well, all the way around. They get caught on those treads a little bit, but it will spin all the way around. His legs, let's see how much he's got here. His joints are super tight. Okay, I don't want to break anything, but I think that's as far as he's going to split out. Let's see, he can kick. It's all this gets caught right in there. That's about as far as he can kick, it looks like. And that's as far back as he can kick. So that's not great. It's super tight, so it is possible that he can go farther. I just don't want to force it because I don't want to try breaking anything. Because I love this guy and I don't want him to break. Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Well. So his hands are not specifically supposed to come off, but as you can see, that did just happen. They do not spin, but they fold in like that, and it's just a little tiny going on right there. That's why it comes out so easily. It has a hard time coming back out as well. I don't love the way they did these hands-wise, but at least it was an easy put it back in there. I wish these would stay out a little more. They like have a want to come in. I bet if you wait, the longer they sit like that, the less of an issue it'll probably be about them wanting to come in. But at the knee, it does bend that far back. This is going to be in a way so he can't go any further back like that. His feet do have those ankle rockers all the way out like that. They don't got any spin or anything on them. Does he have? He does rotate right there. And on his arm also, he's got that rotation right there at the bicep. Yeah, his joints feel kind of funny. I don't know if it's a good thing, a bad thing. They've just got a weird feel to them where all of them feel like they're real poppity-chockety.
What?
But we look at the back here. This is my biggest issue so far with this. There's a lot of just empty spots. Surely there's some kind of upgrade kit you can get to fix this, because a lot of this back just does not look very good at all. Especially considering when you look at this looks so good and what you would want Skullgrin to look like. Then you go on the back here and it's kind of like, don't look at it. You know what I mean? It's like we're hiding. We want to hide this because it does not look good very much at all, I would say. But one thing that is interesting they did with these pretenders, in the original cartoon, they technically had 3 forms. It was their like beastish mode, the organic life form where it was kind of like this. Then you had a robot mode, and you would turn into a vehicle of some sort with the Decepticon ones. Well, what they did with this is kind of just turn the robot mode and the beast mode together, and it's kind of this mishmash of that. And they actually did it really good. If he just went from this to his alt mode and that was it in the cartoon, I think I would have been fine with that because this looks epically good with this combination of organic and robotic looking form that he's got going on here. But let's go ahead and get him transformed and see how that alt form is looking for him. Alright, party people, that was a little harder than it needed to be because I'd missed one tiny little step near the beginning. Never in a million years would I have thought that little piece that I did not move in the right direction would make such an issue for this long term, but it certainly did. But anyways, here is our tank. I don't love the tank mode, not really at all. I mean, it kind of looks like the tank in the show, kind of doesn't. It kind of looks like a tank. Just in general, kind of doesn't. I've been spinning around for you guys to see. We got the treads, it looks nice. This looks ugly. It's not super straight, and I really just think that's the mold itself. It just doesn't want to stay in a perfectly straight line. There's not a really good angle for it. I'm gonna give this an L. This is an L. This tank mode is an L, and it sucks because it looks so good. I will tell you, remember when I was earlier messing with the hand and it just popped out? So that happens with a lot of the parts in this. Where it had that little, remember that little spot where it like it was just a little tiny go through like that, right? Well, it's like that. Oh, literally, this is it. That little tiny spot. A lot of the pieces on this is built that way. So they just easily pop right off, and some of them do not want to go back very easily. So yeah, that was a little frustrating. We'll let you get some looks at this real up close, this chank of the tank, I guess you could say. Which it was even kind of a funny looking tank in the show, but yeah, it's just not doing it for me. But let's go ahead and look at weapon storage here for when it's in its tank mode. As these barely want to stay in there or go in there because of the rubbery rub. As you can see, they don't like want to go, you know, all the way. Which that makes it look a little better, I guess. It covers smidgen right there. Let's go ahead and measure it out though while we've got it here. So it's gonna be from the tip to tip, it's gonna be right at 5.5 inches. From here to here, let's not count the blade blasters first. It's going to be a little under 2 inches. But I guess if we count the blade blasters, it's going to be about 4 inches. Pretty close to there. It says you're supposed to put these up. You can also put them down. I don't think that makes it look any better. I think that probably makes it look a little worse. So we are just going to stick those up. So from height like that, counting the tank cannon, it's going to be just under 4 inches. Here's your tank. This is supposed to be an earth tank, I do believe. So you can't even really use the excuse of, hey, this is a Cybertronian tank, that's why it looks like that. Nah, that doesn't really... I mean, it's got better views from like that. That's okay. I mean, that looks kind of cool coming at you. From the back, it doesn't look too bad. You got that big hole there, but its profiles are okay. It's just not a good looking tank in my opinion, because I think if the guns weren't here, you would look at it and say, what is that? You know what? What is that supposed to be? It's an armored vehicle of some sort. It literally just looks like an unfinished slab. Here's Skullgrin back in his robot mode. Let's go ahead and measure him. If you go from the bottom of his foot to the top of his horns, it's gonna be about 5.5 inches. But if you go from the bottom of his foot to the top of his cannons, it's just about, I'd say about 5 3/4. Let's go ahead and compare him to some of the others that we've done recently on the channel. Alita 1 Legacy as well. Let's also compare him up here with AOIE Mech, Dark Commander, Nemesis Prime. So you get a good look at him there. Alright, so now we're going to get down into the rankings of Dauros here. So in functionality, so remember that's going to be his articulation, his accessories, the storage for his accessories, how well he can pose and all that good nonsense. I'm going to give him an 8. He did really well in all of that. He's got, like I said, this is more accessories than any other one on this channel we've ever messed with has had. He's got good storage for all those accessories. His posing is good. He's got good joint movement, all that kind of stuff pretty well. It's not the best of the best, but it is pretty good there. Now his transformation, remember that is how easy, creative it is to transform, how hard it is to transform. is going to take points away, that kind of stuff. I'm going to give him a 4 because I thought it was a little convoluted. It was not as bad as Nemesis Prime's, where Nemesis Prime stuff just wouldn't stick together. This one was just kind of convoluted and the pieces did not want to stay together super well and some stuff will come apart. So, like we were talking about with these right here, there's, like I said, a lot of those around on his body, especially around in here, and they would just pop off and they were hard to get back together. So I'm giving him a 4 there. Lastly, we're going to go with his appearance level, which is going to be his likeness to character, how well the robot and alt mode looks. This was kind of a tough one. So even if this mode was completely perfect, right? Let's say that's half the point. Say his robot mode looks perfect. You couldn't do any better. That's probably a 5 at best. And then his alt mode looking perfect is another 5, I would say. I don't have the exact math on how that stuff plays in. But his robot mode is not perfect. It looks awesome. I love the way it looks in robot mode. That's really high. His likeness, though, to the way he looked in the show is not perfect. Like I said, they kind of combined his robot mode and his beast mode together when they did this. This also looks not good. I hate to be a stickler. Look at all those holes and all that empty spots. That's not great. And then, like I said, his alt mode, I don't want to bang, bang, bang on the alt mode. I don't want to hate on it because I really want to like this toy. And I really do. I actually like it. If I just have him for this right here, it's great. But he's a transformer. He has to transform. He has to turn into something else. And if that something else doesn't look good, he cannot get a high appearance. I'm going to give him a 4. I mean, he's getting like 0 for his alt mode. The 4 is pretty much all going to be for how this right here looks. Those 4 points that he did get is about how well this robot mode looks. So that's going to be what we do with Dauros here. Skullgrin, whatever you like to call him. I know I sound like a weeb when I call him Dauros because that's the Japanese name, but in the show that's what they call him. That's what I'm watching. I'm actually almost finished with it, by the way. It's so good. I want to say again, Hasbro, please give us more legacy figures from this. Give us the Godmasters. Give us Jiren. Give us Overlord. Hey, you gave us a Black Zarek. That's pretty cool. You gave us this. You gave us Bomb Burst. You gave us Metal Hawk. We appreciate that. Keep giving it to us. We love these guys. But overall, I'm going to say that I love the way this figure looks right here. I love, love, love it. But he is, in fact, a letdown overall. I gave that appearance a 4. Well, everybody, we appreciate you watching. I would like to just thank you so much for the support so far on this channel. Please like, please subscribe. Until all are one, peace.